8 minutes after 12 o'clock. Do you know what? I've just thought of that.
Go on.
If I chucked a couple of earrings in your lobes, you could easily be in the Pirates of the Caribbean, aren't you?
Well, I think the pirate dynasty is one of those fascinating chapters of history because it was a lot of the pirates.
By the way, Johnny Depp 55 today. That's why we're playing it.
It is
Sorry,
Pirates
a
of the
lot
Caribbean.
A lot of the pirates were
Excommunicated Royal Navy officers. You know, they were in the Royal Navy and things went wrong, and they were told that they had to come back to London and face disciplinary action, court-martial, and all that.
Talking about that, see how this leads in.
Yeah,
it's
go on.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you're very maritime, because you live down there.
Absolutely.
So Ricky, a Leeds fan, has texted us. Porky was drinking in the Clarence Tavern, Gosport, the other week. Now, am I right in saying that's down near Pompey?
It's right opposite my place in Gosport, actually.
He looked well popped up.
That's very harsh.
He looked well popped up.
That is very harsh, honestly.
You can't get away with anything now.
See, people just send in these blind observations of me. I can tell you something. If ever I'm in the Clarence, it's right opposite where I live in Gosport, and I go in there sometimes for a quiet beer or two.
No, popped up does not mean 2 pints of shandy.
Well popped up, mate, is another miserable and mischievous expression trying to denigrate my character. Now,
Here's another beauty.
Oh, yeah?
Another one. Hi, Alin and Porky. I've been listening for all those 19 years. Been brilliant, guys. Try ginandjones.com. They have all the gins you need.
Gin and what?
ginandjones.com. So
I see. It's like a gym
they've got
supplier.
a tremendous selection.
Supplier. There's one here as well. It says...
How come you keep getting them on your phone?
Well,
why are they not coming through? See, once again, they should be coming through at talkSPORT.
Yes.
But there is a value in text and emails coming to your personal account, Mr. Parry. And I'm not sure that should be allowed.
Is there?
Because we are broadcasting for talkSPORT.
We are.
Not Mike Parry 8.
No. Well, I totally agree with you, and I don't know how they come in here. I don't understand these things. Anyway, a message here to both of us says you should go to the Chumley Arms in Cheshire. They have 365 gins. That's one for every day of the week.
Chumley Arms, do you know that one?
I know.
You don't have any chums.
I don't have any chums. That's very nice, isn't it? Thank you very much. Now, listen, I'll tell you what I want to talk to you about, because it's really important, this, right? You saw that...
by the way, half-time Ireland, Australia 8, Ireland 6. Sorry, Mike.
Australia, what? 8, Ireland 6. That's not bad, is it?
It's rugby, by the way.
Yeah, I know it's rugby, yeah. Now, you heard about Michael McIntyre this week and the problems he had with muggers.
Not funny, by the way. Not funny.
Al, I'm about to tell you it's very unfunny, and you should be very careful, because you've got a very decent car yourself. And not only that, these people have spies. They're watching people all the time. How do you think, they spotted it was Michael McIntyre, how do you think other people have had their cars stopped and been told, give me your watch? Complete strangers, right?
Simon Jordan.
Absolutely, Simon Jordan.
They got the guy.
Well, they've got a guy.
They've got a guy.
They've got a guy.
And I believe they've got a guy arrested this morning as well.
Yeah, that's been in the news bulletin, and there've been protests last night. But I mean, have I ever told you firsthand about the terrifying ordeal I went through when they tried to get me?
You are flash.
What?
That's because in your Jaguar, you have the window down with the old Rolex on
there,
right?
No.
You know, waving your Rolex around. Look at me. Porky is back. Jaguar on a Rolex. Yes.
No. On this occasion, I was actually in my Merc, and they weren't after a watch.
Oh, you left the Jaguar
in
the other garage.
No. And they were after my car. I mean, they tried to nick my car. They tried to nick 60 grand's worth of car. This is a terrifying ordeal, Al. These guys turn up at 4 in the morning, okay? Balaclava's on.
What were you doing at 4 in the morning?
I was coming home from here. We'd done a late show with Mike, right? So I got home, and as I got into my driveway, the driveway goes around the back of the building and then down the slope to the underground car park.
Gated?
Gated, a roller gate. So the roller gate goes up, and I drive in. I'm just reversing around into my slot when all of a sudden these two punks on a moped roar up, and the gate was coming down. And they tried to stop it coming down, and they broke the gate by holding it on one side, right?
Ram them?
I couldn't ram them because I couldn't get out and they couldn't get in. Anyway, they then scrambled in, right, and they went for me and said, we want your car.
So, did you give them the old right hook?
I did. I fought them off.
Your days in the Sea Cadets, you did a bit of boxing, didn't you?
No, I was Butlins boxing champ.
Boxing champ.
Up at Ellie and Butlins, right? And...
Butlins.
Well, Well, it was.
What was it, mixed? What do you mean with them wee short arms? Who are you kidding?
I'm telling you, well, I was only 8 at the time, but I mean, you never lose the instincts, you know what I mean, for combat and all that kind of stuff. But no, it was incredible.
Did you break your knuckles in the helmets?
No. I was viciously knocked to the ground and bundled around on the floor of the garage. I lashed out, you know, with a few karate-style kicks, gave them what for. What are you laughing at?
No chance.
What do you mean? Well,
Kung Fu Porky.
Well,
no chance.
It was that sort of thing, and anyway, they got so terrified of my reaction and I said to them, "You're not getting my car." They were so thick, right? They were so thick, these two. They weren't very good at stealing cars, and they said, "Give us the key." And I said to them, you know, you can F off and all this kind of stuff. I used a bit of profane language because I was quite stressed out at the time, but I actually convinced them there was no key. And they said, "What do you mean there's no key?" I said, "It's a keyless car. You've heard of keyless cars, haven't you?" And they looked at each other. And then I said, "I've already called the cops, by the way. I saw you two following me home. I called the cops from the car." I said, you know, and then they gave me a few more punches and slaps and things. And then they ran off, got on their bike and drove off.
This is Jack and Ori. I'm not having this. So you get them a couple of kung fu kicks.
Yeah.
A couple, and there's still a time to give you one back.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I didn't balk at it. I then called the cops. They came. I'm telling you,
why is your nose growing?
My nose hasn't grown. There's an official statement to that effect in the headquarters of the Surrey Police Force, OK? It's on record. And I'm telling you, it is a growing... Now, that happened about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, something like that. And it was the first one that had been reported to them. There's been an absolute wave of them. Quite seriously, a wave of them since. You've got to be very, very careful. And if you're a woman driving home at night in a nice car, be very careful because they might follow you to your driveway. And the minute you get out of your car, they will leap off the back of the bike. And if they grab your key, that's what they want. They're after your car.
You should have got them with that old aftershave you use because it must be like mace. Old Spice, is it? You got in the car?
No, I use Polo. And I don't carry one around in my pocket, you know, to spray at people when they come in. But quite seriously, if you see 2 young men on one moped, that is trouble. It's so unnatural to see 2 young men on one moped. They all drive around on their own bikes if they're just kids, you know, who are riding around. 2 on... the police call it 2-up. If you see a 2-up, be very suspicious, drive straight to the police station, because one of them is the getaway driver and the other one is going to nick your car.
Here's one. This is Alin, the old bell in Delft. Where's Delft? Up north. Has over 1,000 gins on offer. Great night out.
Wow.
Another one, talkSPORT. Great show, lads. I nearly crashed the lorry laughing at Porky. His Butlins boxing champion statement. He's a numpty, says Gary. We know that.
I'm not
Leon Osmond coming next, 12:15.